So today we're here with
Ski.
Wayne.
And from my understanding, they want to know a little bit about what expungements are.
Right.
So what in specific did you guys want to get into?
Well,
because it's a very broad.
Okay, well first I wanted to know, one of the questions I want to know is how soon can you get your record expunged? Like what's the
process of it?
Right, not so much the process, the time frame from the charge until expungement.
So specifically it would be like after you're convicted and then you do, let's say you have to pay a fine, depending on like what the charge is. If you have to pay a fine or if you have to do time, it would be like you do the time, you pay the fine, and then as soon as you're released of incarceration, you're eligible for an expungement. Now, depending on what you got convicted for, that's what determines like your eligibility.
Right.
Because there's two different types of like expungements basically. So there's a regular expungement where people can, depending on, like I said, the charges, or let's say you're uneligible, let's say they decline you, they say you're not eligible for the expungement. There's something in the state of New Jersey that's called a clean slate. So that process takes a lot longer, but it's it basically erases everything off your record. There's two ways you could go about it. You can literally go to a courthouse and file for the expungement yourself, or you can have an attorney help you file.
Right.
The reason why they say the attorney is better is not just for them to get money, it's because they want you to basically fess up to everything you've ever like got convicted for. So there's a lot of things like, let's say you got convicted for like a little misdemeanor when you were like a juvenile, but you only put the charges that you were convicted for that you're trying to expunge. They will say you're not being honest enough. They will decline your offer. You understand? So when you go through with an attorney, they actually run your fingerprints, and every single time you got charged, it comes up. So that's why they say that it's more important. But yeah, that's the process of it.
To have a lawyer.
Yeah, to have a lawyer. But yeah, honestly, the process is after you get convicted, you do the time and you pay the fines you have to pay, and you're back home, you can literally file for an expungement. It doesn't take
years.
Yeah.
Okay,
no.
that was my
What
question.
takes years or months is probably them actually viewing your case. So right now in the state of New Jersey, it takes about 4 to 8 months, but it can take longer, again, depending on how many charges you got. And then if you get declined, a clean slate takes up to 10 years because they want to know that you come back home and you actually stay home. You feel me? You stay home. You're not outside. You don't get convicted of something else.
Right.
So, like the clean slate. So what if you've been home for 10 years already?
Okay.
And you go to them and you got nothing?
That's proof though.
That's good.
Because they haven't ran your fingerprints in 10 years. You haven't been convicted in 10 years. So that shows proof that you are able to be like a citizen and you're not like doing anything to risk your freedom.
Now, would he have to pay, or the person that spent 10 years with not being fingerprinted, do they have to pay, or is that
for the actual expungement? Right. What I do know is that there's it's called New Jersey Legal Service Team. So if you make under a certain amount of money, they actually provide the expungement for free. If you make over that amount of money, I guess it depends like the charges, but it's different per person. But there is something that's called New Jersey Legal Service Team here in New Jersey, and they help you if you make a certain amount of money to get a free expungement. And they will give you an attorney, they will run your fingerprints, and they will do the process with you. But it's only if you're eligible.
And do you have to be a Jersey resident?
I believe so, but I have to look into if you if they have these types of services somewhere else, because specifically the service I'm talking about, it's called New Jersey Legal Service Team. So if there's in New York, it wouldn't be called that. It would be called something else. I'm pretty sure there has to be something else though.
Because all my charges in
Jersey.
Right.
I
just don't reside in Jersey.
Okay, I think you're eligible, but don't quote me on that because I don't know. But yeah, because it definitely depends. Your charges matter. Where you got your charges matter because every state's legal like laws are different.
I was going to ask that because if you caught the charge out here and you living in another state, how does
Yeah, because let's say for example you get caught with a gun charge allegedly, but you live down south, so guns don't really matter down there. How will they hold you accountable? How are you going to get an expungement down south in a state that you didn't get caught. Let's say, for example, you get caught doing something in New Jersey, but now you move somewhere else. Where they call you to go do your time is to New Jersey. They're not going to tell you serve your time where you live. You understand what I'm saying? So it definitely matters.
Okay.
That's cool. That's cool.
And with the payments and all of that, you said you have to be eligible.
Yep.
What does that consist of, though?
The payment, I don't know. They didn't give us an exact number. So they run, let's say, your pay, like your salary or whatever you're making, your pay stubs. And if you make under a certain amount for your specific amount of charges is if you are eligible or not eligible. But if you're not eligible, I know that they do offer payment plans. So it's not like, oh, you got to give $10,000 next week.
And what's the number? You just there's no set number that.
No, I don't think it's a set number. Okay. Everybody's different because different. Yeah, it's like a lawyer kind of thing. So if you go to one lawyer, they might give you one amount. Another lawyer might give you another amount, especially if they work for themselves and they're making this, you know.
Private firms.
Yeah, it all depends. The specific people I'm talking about, the organization I'm talking about that helps people, it depends the person for them.
And it also, when it comes to your charge, does that affect the time frame when you could get your record expunged?
Well, it depends what you got charged for because certain offenses are actually unexpungible. So you cannot expunge certain things. So
question, right?
Yes.
What's the percentage of weapons charges that, how is it like with weapon charges? Because
like, let's say you get caught with a gun.
What's the odds of a weapon charge getting expunged? That's my question.
It's definitely something that's eligible, again, because of the fact that it's not. I'm gonna tell you basically what's not expungable. Nothing in gun charges is not something that's unexpungible because there's people that carry. Let's say they don't have a license, but you understand what I mean. It's not something that's too serious. Things that are unexpungible would be like criminal homicide, human trafficking, sexual assault, criminal endangerable, any child welfare, or promoting prostitution. So those are the charges that are non-eligible. Because gun charges are not on that list, they are expungable.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's cool. All right. Well, that's pretty much it.
Yep.
For expungements.
Yeah, for the expungements, that's it. But there is actually something here in New Jersey. It's called federal bonding that not a lot of people know about. So let's say you were incarcerated and you come home and you want to find a job. But right now, like the only jobs that you can work for are like factory jobs because that's the only opportunities they're willing to give you. Now, there's this thing called federal bonding where they give employers up to $25,000 in grant money if they hire somebody with a criminal background. It's basically like an insurance policy. So it covers the company for hiring you, but it also gives people the opportunity to have more options when they're looking for jobs.
Work.
That's dope.
Okay.
Yep.
And what else does this program have to offer for that organization?
Mostly they handle, I looked into mostly like re-entry or any type of incarceration, but I know that they work with like any housing rights, most lawyer, anything that has to do with a lawyer, they help you with. Okay. But what I've looked into with them is just re-entry.
What's the vibe, y'all? It's your boy Shells. And not only did I hit those good, but we gonna hit y'all every Thursday with a fresh episode and great vibes. We got SJ Sweets, the vegan queen, and we got your boy, Mr. Morrison Grant, Jay Ruski, and we gonna come here, and like I said, every week we gonna give y'all nothing but vibes. Vibe check out.
Oh, so they're
like criminal, it's actually like a law firm that helps
like
people.
Replacement for an actual private lawyer.
But it's like it helps people that don't have the money to afford it because a lot of these things, it's like you want a job, but you come home and you don't make a certain amount of money to be able to afford a lawyer or something, and it's like. It
Some
makes
people don't even
impossible.
know the first step to getting a lawyer and talking to a lawyer about these type of things.
100%, and I feel like that's something that definitely has to change. People don't make the opportunity like known enough, and that's why I go into all these events and I go to the seminars and everything so that I could be somebody that somebody goes to. Oh, I'm looking for a job. Oh, I want this, I want that, and it's like, okay, well, these are the resources for them because it's so hard. Like here in New Jersey, especially, like you have to go to 5 different places to be able to understand or even know different things, and this place tells you to go there and that place tells you to go there, and by the time you're at the third place and they tell you no, you're already discouraged. But that's their plan.
That's how
that's their plan. That's literally their plan. They don't want you, they want it to be hard for you, but it's all about you wanting it. You have to want it. You have to want it. It's not gonna be easy, you understand? Just like doing the time isn't easy, it's not gonna be easy, but it does open up doors of opportunity. Like if you want to have a job and you want to go into further things. For me, with my nonprofit, I also want to talk a lot about entrepreneurship, because that's something that you don't need an expungement for. If you want to start a business tomorrow, you don't need to technically not have a criminal record to start an LLC. But again, a lot of people that are incarcerated, they don't know about entrepreneurship, because if they did, they probably would have went a different route instead of making fast money. Something we were talking about was definitely safe money. A lot of people want to make the safe money. They want to go clock in and clock out to their job. But for somebody that may be incarcerated for like drugs or anything, learning how to scamming, anything making fast money, they don't want to go from making thousands of dollars to making $15 an hour. But if the opportunity is there to learn how to make your own business, run your own truck, to build your own company, to have something to call yours, you might just take it, because you might be making that money and more, you know what I mean? And safer.
I won't cut you off.
Like, no, you're good.
No, go ahead, finish what you're saying.
No, I'm saying it's safe money. Like, it's safer money. It's safer than just like being in the streets and being like, okay, I'm gonna get this money if I do this, but it comes with this risk. That way you have your own company. It's not like that. It's all yours. It's yours.
So I personally made that transition, like from streets to going to the right, 9 to 5, and it's definitely not an easy transition.
It's hard. It's like, and it gotta be a choice day in and day out, because there's gonna be days where you're like, damn, I want to drop all this shit and start back tomorrow. And I done seen it happen, and I can't judge people for it, because it's like, again, like, people are literally, the minimum wage is so low.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Apartments are so high. Being able to afford a car is hard. Especially being able to finance credit. All of these things are like things that play factors into people's lives, where when they get $10,000 and they can move real fast, that's what they want to do. Which I can't sit there and blame people and judge people, because everybody needs money to be able to live. Now it's a lot of like an economic problem, because people are living below their means. They're not able to pay for basic necessities and be able to provide for their home and pay for groceries and go, like, they're literally living check to check. Nobody wants to go through that. But unfortunately, that's the reality. Like, that's the reality of most of it. But if people learn more about entrepreneurship and how to start, and where do I start, and who do I go to, and who can I connect with, because even for me in the nonprofit world, I don't know nobody that's 21 that's starting a nonprofit, like nobody. And I'm not saying that it's unknown, but I'm saying close to me, like a friend. So like, oh, I went to school with you and we both want to start, and we like, cause you always have a friend to do something with. This is a path that I chose to walk alone. So everything that it comes with, every seminar, every class, anything that has to do with business, I went out there and I did it myself. It's rewarding and it's fulfilling, but it's definitely not something that's easy, especially when people around you don't understand it. But if you're in an environment where it's like, the business I have has a class where it's like, you walk in and you see a whole bunch of people there, and it's a teacher about to teach you about entrepreneurship, how to start a trucking business today. Boom, this is the step to this. Come back to the class 2 weeks from now so you can learn about this. You're gonna come back because you want to learn about it. You understand what I'm saying? It's making the process easier. You
set
can
yourself up to
exactly. Here in New Jersey, you don't need a CDL to drive a box truck. You could get a contract with a business and have a box truck and make your money through some type of contract. You understand?
Contract with a company, private company, whatever, or a corporate company too.
100%. So it's all about your connections, who you know, what you know.
Sure.
So I really want my
networking. It's important.
100%.
For everything.
100%. I want my organization to be somewhere like a one-stop shop. I go here
you ain't gotta
and I'm
go
figuring it out. Like,
right.
I'm not trying to go 5 places. I'm not trying to be discouraged. I'm not trying to go home and just be like,
That's appreciated.
That's dope though.
Definitely appreciated.
How do you guys feel about that?
That's dope.
That's good to hear, because you don't hear stuff like you don't get that at all. Like, and there's re-entry programs out here, but they don't push you to go to that.
They help
people I feel like they in them resource, they just getting a check.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And then
they shoot you down more than they help you though. They word up.
And then if they see if you come in and they see you discouraged, they ain't gonna really push for you. They They want to see people that coming in jolly and happy and
the loudest
and
in the
eager.
room.
Yeah, they
The
want
loudest
people
in
like
the
that.
room.
But that's not, in reality, that's not everybody. People
No, and
don't-
especially after some type
Right.
of like traumatic situation, because being in jail can be traumatic.
For sure.
You waking up day in, day out, you fighting for your life. You don't know if you're
For
gonna wake
sure.
up, get stabbed. You don't know the situation. So you come home, you get all this freedom. You don't even know what to do with the freedom. People
Right.
are looking at you different. It comes with so much more than just like sometimes freedom can be scary. You know what I mean?
Nah, it really is.
priceless,
though.
but
It is though.
Yeah, it can be.
It can be scary
Depending on,
because
life
now
goes on
everybody's
while you
watching
sitting.
Yup.
Right.
Life goes on. So while you sitting there, just the world still.
for sure.
And then you come home
you
into.
never get that time
100%.
back.
100%. I think that that's the one of the biggest lessons I've learned this year. Like time is my biggest asset. So people be like,
Sure.
oh yeah, I got money, I got this. No, you don't got nothing. You don't got, time is your most valuable asset. You're not gonna get it back tomorrow. You can make money today, lose it tomorrow, make it the next day. But what you're not gonna get back is your
Time.
time. So if you start today, start today. Don't be like, oh, I'm gonna start today. No, I'm gonna leave it for tomorrow. No, if you can do it today, do it today.
Yeah.
But a lot of people, they don't want to hear that. When you're not ready to listen to it, you won't listen to it.
That's
You understand
another
what I mean?
thing, too. But it's more like I'm not gonna say that people don't be ready to listen. It's more so they gotta see.
Yeah.
That's like, if people could see it
Testimonies.
and touch it, and then it becomes more believable. But if people just talking about it, people hear conversations every day, go one in out the other.
100%.
You know what I mean? So
100%. They don't think
to
they're
see it, yeah, right. To
capable.
see it and actually know you could reach it and achieve it is different. So like something that you're doing is positive, is good for
So,
them.
what do you think would make my business look more achievable? Would it be people's testimonies? Would it be
For sure, testimonies, proof. You know what I mean? The proof is in the pudding. So I feel like if you got somebody and they testimony, but you know nowadays somebody might be like, oh, that's AI, but no, walk them through it. Give them the content of seeing like, all right, yeah, you came here and we went here, we went there. You know what I'm saying? We really did it. You know what I mean? So the content, I guess, would kind of like make people more believer in a way, because talking about it definitely ain't. You know what I'm saying, people definitely gonna be on some one ear out the other.
No, of course.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, they just
Especially,
talk on social media.
especially situations like this with the system, like the system involved, that nobody got faith in the system. The system don't
100%.
got faith in the system.
They don't think that like people want to really help the system, and that's why
Right.
I was going to school for social work, and I'm like, yeah, I want to be a social worker for juveniles. I want to work inside a jail, but I realized I didn't want to work against them. I wanted to work with them. I wanted to be a helping hand when they came home, and not somebody that's just like, oh yeah, when you're on your way out, this is what you're gonna, okay, now you're out and you have everything in your hands, but you don't know what to grab first.
Right.
You don't know what to go to first, and it's not enough. Like when you look at reentry here in New Jersey, it's really I work in Patterson at two nonprofit organizations. One of them is called Black Lives Matter Patterson, and the other one is called Oasis, which is a women and children's haven. It helps like mostly women and children in the community that need help with anything. Basically what I've learned is that they're literally shutting down they had one reentry thing downtown, and they're literally shutting it down now. And it breaks my heart, because when I went to the expungement event and the federal bonding event, I seen guys there that was like, oh, you're gonna go work down there, because the women, they were telling me like, oh, you should go down there and try to look for a job and try to like get into volunteering or something. I'm like, okay. They gave me the business card. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna email them. Literally a week later, I find out they're closing it. And it's like, people are closing these programs and giving people less options. Now when they come home and they're back on the same shit, like,
That's what they really want though. That's what they get their money at when you come back.
that's what I'm
They
saying.
said when the last time I came home, it's probably a true stat though. They say like 80% of inmates come back within like a year.
Literally. It's hard to stay out. It's hard to stay out when you have no guidance and you don't really have anybody to understand your story. You understand?
Right.
Like you might have friends that might have went through the same situation, but they're not doing any better than you. So like that's where it all stems from. You need somebody to have resources and help you. Like, you understand? That support system really matters when you come home. It's not about being alone. People might want to isolate themselves and be like, oh yeah, like I can't hang around this person or that person. No, don't hang around the same people. Go be in a room with people that know more than you.
Right.
Go be in the people that got more than you. And it's like, it might be like, oh yeah, you're leaving your, like, where you're from behind. But sometimes you need to step out of that comfort zone so that you can grow, you know?
You ain't gonna grow if you stay stagnant.
Literally. And that's what people
The whole point of
want.
growing is to move. Like, you know.
And what I've learned is like people are some people in your corner might be scared for you to grow. You understand? So they're gonna enable your habits. They're gonna be like, oh, let's come smoke, let's come drink, let's go do this, let's go to this party, let's go here, let's go there. But the moment you're like, no, I don't have time for it tonight. Oh, you switching up. Oh, you looking weird. Oh, you don't respect me, or you don't respect our friendship no more. You don't care about us. But the people that really care about you are gonna respect your journey and understand like the things you went through were real. Like everything you went through was real and it was valid, and it should be part of a testimony to a better story. But yeah,
Definitely agree.
but thank you guys so much for coming.
Yeah, appreciate
It was a
you for the
pleasure meeting you
for having us.
guys.
Thank you for the information.
Of
and
course.
wish you the best of luck. Keep pushing.
Thank you.
Feel like it's getting rough, keep going. You know?
100%. I go
That's
harder.
it,
I
right.
say it all the time, turn up the pressure. That's it.
Keep the good
Turn up
energy.
the
The
pressure.
good energy takes you, you know what I mean, a long way.
100%.
Keep that good energy behind it to happen.
Thank
sure.
you. I appreciate it.
We look forward to seeing you. In
Thank
the future.
you. Nice meeting y'all.
Nice meeting you too.
Yes, sir.
Hey, ate
the
that
man.
up.